Welcome to Golden Jubilee.
चेक 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 वो लोग ही तो करेगा। हम लोग तो रेडी हो गए। तो आप लोग नहीं, आप लोग क्या यहाँ रेडी है? आप लोग वीडियो प्ले करेगा उसका बाद वीडियो का बाद तो यहाँ आएगा ना। All right, good evening, fans of Arunachal Pradesh. We are finally here at the playoffs. Siang Warriors taking on Capital Complex. For over a month, we have witnessed total non-stop football in Golden Jubilee Stadium, UPia. And I'm here joined with none other than one of the voices of INL 2025, Mr. Nani Ali. So, what did you make out of the season so far, Ali?
Well, thank you, Nyato. I think this season has been absolutely exciting and as enthralling as it can get. We have seen a lot of young talents rising up to the ranks. Uh, the likes of Baro Liak and then, Jenko Gadi and a lot of other players from other teams. They have been performing very well. And this is what the league is all about, giving the young players the opportunity, the platform, so that they can come up and show us their talent. And this is what we are seeing. And I'm hoping that this match as well will produce some really exciting moments for us to enjoy.
Absolutely spot on, Ali. So, the upcoming match, the last time when these two sides met each other, it was a total 5-1 demolition of Siang Warriors. And do you think this is going to be a different show tonight, or it is going to be another walk in the park for CCFC?
Well, I don't want it to be a walk in the park for Siang, because this is for Capital Complex, because this is a qualifier, and of course all the fans and all the viewers as well who are joining us today, they also would be wanting the game to be exciting as it can possibly get. But I think Siang Warriors, they know that going into this match, they are, I mean, in their previous game against Capital, as you have rightfully pointed out, they lost against Capital Complex 5-1. Vivek Gurung scored a wonderful hat-trick. Olik Tayang and Rahul Singhfu found the back of the net once. So I'm definitely sure that Siang will be looking to turn that around. I think in this match, it is going to be the midfield battle that is going to matter a lot.
All right.
The likes of Hage Sarbo, Olik Tayang, and Takyo Tadap, they will be pulling the strings for Capital Complex. And on the other hand, for Siang Warriors, Lentem Panjang and Justibor has come in the midfield position from the left back position. So the midfield battle, I think, is going to be crucial. And whoever is able to dominate the midfield will going to dominate the match as well.
All right. Uh, let's talk about stats and numbers. All right. Vivek Gurung of CCFC already in 12 goals. And do you think the Golden Boot is already registered to his name so far?
Well, Vivek Gurung, as I've already mentioned, is in red hot form. He's been performing really well, and definitely one of the standout performers in this league. Already 12 goals to his name. But then we also have the likes of Alfred and his teammate, Vivek's teammate, Olik Tayang, knocking in the doorsteps, right? So Nigai has also made it to the playoffs. So it'll be interesting to see if they can catch Vivek Gurung. But nonetheless, this match, I think the likes of Vivek Gurung, Rahul, and the fullbacks as well of Capital Complex, they are going to, play a very important role. And I'm hoping to see some really exciting football.
Just like Vivek, Meban has been outstanding for Siang Warriors on the other side. The guy, I think, is one of the most. He has one of the most work rate when it comes to INL 2025. He's been keep on running every time they throw on the ball. What do you think about Meban?
Well, Meban has been the favorite boy, I think, for all the fans. Has scored some really wonderful goals. Is, I think, less than below 18 years of age, from Shillong, Meghalaya, and has been surprising us with all his trickery and his pace. And this match, but then in the previous game, as we have witnessed, Akash Kino did a wonderful job in making sure that Meban didn't get any space or time whatsoever. So Meban is, of course, a wonderful talent. We know that. But in this match, for his magic to work, I think his teammates, right, will have to come up and give him the support that he needs to in order to play well.
Absolutely. Okay, that was more of a player-centric questions. But let's also talk about the coaches, all right? Coach Alishan up against Coach Kipa Bharat, two of the biggest names. One represented Northeast United, and the other one easily the man behind the success of CCFC. What is your prediction tonight?
Well, this is, I think, as you've rightfully pointed out, two of the most experienced coaches in this league. Ellison Kharsintiu is perhaps one of the best in the Northeast and in India as well. But in this league, his approach, I would say, has been sort of counter-attacking football. They even in the previous game you must have seen against Namsai, they were allowing the opponent to keep the ball, right, and then they like to attack on the counter. And on the other hand, Capital Complex, we know, is a side that likes to dominate possession, keep hold of the ball and look for that opportunity. But at the same time, if you remember Namsai FC versus Capital Complex, Capital Complex lost that match against Namsai FC, and then they considered 4 goals in total. And in that particular match, we saw the defense line of Capital Complex slip a couple of times. So they will have to definitely keep a check on that, because Siang Warriors, they are really good on the counter attack. But on the other hand, Siang Warriors also need to press well, so that they don't allow Capital Complex to enjoy as much possession as they'd like to, because otherwise it'll be too much for them to handle. And then I'd also like to add one more point. I think the battle on the flanks is going to be very exciting. We see that the both the fullbacks, yes, of both the teams, Jenko Gadi and Tau Tapu, for Capital Complex, and Denzel. And this time it's Kankinam Tari who has come in place of Justibor for Siang Warriors. So we know that all these 4 fullbacks are really attack-minded. So these 4 fullbacks in combination with the strikers, the wingers, I think is going to be it will be creating havoc on the flanks. So the battle on the flanks as well, I think, is going to be very interesting to watch out for. So my prediction would be, although no offense to Siang fans, but I think I'm gonna go for considering the red hot form that Capital Complex.
CCFC
Yes, it's gonna be CCFC for me. Capital Complex, 2-0 for Capital Complex. And
2-0.
Yes, and what about you? What's your prediction?
For me, look, I come from Siang, and I have a soft corner for Siang, but I have a lot of friends at CCFC as well. But I'm gonna go for Siang this time, man. Siang Warriors. So yeah.
Prediction, scoreline.
Scoreline. I think it's gonna be a tight win for Siang Warriors, 2-1. I'll go with 2-1. All right. So yeah, that's all. Thank you, Hali, for joining us. So everyone, football fans, the wait is over. It's almost kickoff time. So see you all in the next 10 minutes as Siang Warriors take on Capital Complex. Playoffs qualifiers 1 coming to you right away. Thank you so much. Cut. Okay.
It is the first qualifier, the night where margins shrink and legends grow. Capital Complex FC versus Siang Warriors FC. From the dust of the league stage to the dawn of destiny. Here at the Indrajit Namchum Arunachal League, one step leads to the final, and one slip, the road grows longer. A debtor to the second qualifier, where the fallen from tonight must face the winner of the first eliminator. We are live from the Golden Jubilee Outdoor Stadium, UPA. This is match number 46 coming your way. The first qualifier. The group stage has spoken, and now the final 4 stand tall. Weeks of grit, goals, and glory have brought us here. Capital Complex FC commanding from the front, the benchmark of brilliance, and Siang Warriors FC strong and spirited, never far from that fight. And FC Iga and Subansiri chasing dreams, daring to believe. The group battles are done, the margins now razor thin, and this is the qualifier stage where reputations are tested, and only the brave march on towards the crown. Capital Complex FC, the pace setters, the standard bearers, the side everyone's been chasing. From the very first whistle, they've played like a team that knows its purpose. Disciplined at the back, decisive up front, and turning games into statements, moments into milestones. They brushed aside early challenges, stood tall when pressure mounted, and finished the group stage where champions belong, right at the summit. And now, as the qualifiers beckon, Capital Complex will look to march on, not just to defend the position, but to fulfill a promise they've made all season long. And Siang Warriors, on the flip side, forged in spirit, built on belief, their journey to the qualifiers has been anything but easy. A campaign of sweat, struggle, and stunning comebacks. When the odds leaned against them, they stood taller. When the games turned frantic, they found calm. And each result, each roar from the crowd etched their name deeper into this league's story. And now here they are finally, young, west, and full of fight, ready, ready to write their own chapter in NL 25-26. The Capital Complex for this encounter on the back of Kai United in the last group game 4-1 on 29th of October, tying Vivek Guru and a brace. And on the flip side, for Siang got battered by Namsa FC 4-1 on 31st of October. They combat this attacking prowess of Capital Complex with the likes of Vivek Guru, Oleg Thang, Rahul Chingpo. The three of them combined have scored 23 goals out of their total 34. That speaks volume of the talent they possess up front. Vivek Gurung, of course, the side's top goal scorer with 12 goals, top scorer of the league as well. And chasing him, his teammate Oleg Thang was on to 7 goals and 3 assists, 10 goal contributions for the number 13, the orchestrator, the creator-in-chief for Capital Complex this season. He will have a huge role to play tonight as well against Siang Warriors. We spoke a lot about the young fullback Jenko Gadi in the pre-match as well. All eyes will be on him as well. And Tau Tapu, the right fullback, very attack-minded. The Siang Warriors have let in 14 goals this season so far. It will be a challenge for the likes of Ritin Bori, Ronash Payet, Joseph, and Kadung Thair to stop the attacking prowess of Rahul Chingpo, Vivek Gurung, and Dorji Siwang, who will always look to come up with quality from the wide areas. About 10 minutes away from kickoff. It's been a memorable season. We've seen the rise of Capital Complex, the roar of Siang Warriors, the resilience of Yiga United, and the courage of every side that dared to dream beyond the mountains. The goals really have flowed, the stories have bloomed, and across Arunachal, the game has found its rhythm. Young talents stepping into light and old rivalries reborn. And now, as the league enters its defining chapter, the air feels heavier, the moments sharper, because this is what the season has built towards. The chase for glory, the fight forever. From the first whistle, it's been football woven with feeling, stadium alive with color, crowd carried by hope. We have a great matchup. Capital Complex against Siang Warriors, first versus second, the first qualifier. And Suban Siri and FC Iga to face off tomorrow in the first eliminator. And the winner of this game, of course, will secure their place into the finals of the INL 25-26. And the team at the receiving end will get one more chance to compete in the second qualifier on 5th of November, and they'll take on the losers of the first eliminator, or the winners of the first eliminator rather. Plenty of action coming up at the Indrajit Namchum Arunachal League 25-26. Do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel of INAL to catch all the live action from the Golden Jubilee Outdoor Stadium, UP, the home of Indrajit Namchum Arunachal League. And if this season has given us rivalries, goals, and glory, it has also gifted us the future. From every corner of Arunachal, young hearts have risen, fearless, free, and full of promise. If you talk about Capital Complex, the emergence of Oleg Tang, the 21-year-old, barely out of his teens, yet playing with the poise of a veteran, his touch, his timing, his temperament, a whisper of what's to come. And Dorji Siwang, the tireless right winger, running games on lungs of steel and turning defense into drive with every surge down the flank. And if you talk about Siang Warriors FC, got to mention about Hanutari, the man who scored the opening goal against Manipur in the BC Roy Trophy Junior Boys category. Even though Arunachal lost the semi-final, and he will be remembered for his wonderful hat-trick against Andhra Pradesh in the group games of the Dr. BC Roy Trophy, which is side won 5-0. And of course, the striker from Meghalaya, Meban, already 3 goals to his name, only 18. A young player playing without fear, writing his own lines into story of the Siang Warriors. The Indrajit Namchum Arunachal League has not just crowned contenders, it has uncovered believers. These are the names that will carry the torch forward. The next verse in Arunachal's football anthem. Make sure you stay connected. Live action coming up in 5 minutes from now. The whispers are growing louder with regards to the home and away format, which is ultimately the future of this league. A vision where every district's soil feels the game's heartbeat, and where the fans don't just watch, they belong. And you can imagine the roar in Itanagar, the rhythm in Alo, the chants echoing through Pasighat and Tawang, and football traveling through the valleys and over the hills, turning every ground into a stage where every supporter into a storyteller. It's not just structure, it's the spirit. A league that connects not only clubs but communities. And when that day comes, INL won't just be a competition. It will be a heartbeat of a state, Arunachal's own football odyssey. And now from the tunnel, they walk once more. Two sides who've met before, but with everything now rewritten. Back on 9th of October, Capital Complex were ruthless. A 5-1 triumph that sent a message across the league. And Vivek Guru, the hat-trick hero, that night carved his name into the memory of that clash. But this is the qualifier. A different night, a different heartbeat. Siang Warriors FC return with resolve. Their pride sharpened, their purpose clear. From the echo of that last meeting, to the roar of the present. Capital Complex and Siang Warriors step into the light once more. Match day of redemption, rivalry of destiny, a handshake that carries history. And now a coin that decides direction, but not destiny, that must still be earned. The referee in charge is Shrito Teddy, assisted by Bruce Lithalong and Senimida. And the fourth official, of course, is Rido Soni, joined by the two captains. And this is the Capital Complex lineup unchanged from the Patkai game. Keeper Bharat sticks to his 4-3-3. And all the star players starts tonight at this grand stage, and a very solid bench as well. The recipe of success for any good side. Alison Carson too has rung a couple of changes for this particular clash. Hanu Thari starts on the left wing, and a start for Kankinam as well at left back, and the rest of the side untinkered. Sonju Bori, the starter in the last game, starts from the bench in this one. And then the team photographs, the smiles for the flash, shoulders pressed, hearts pounding. For in minutes, those smiles fade into focus and friendships give way to the fight. The numbers cold to the eye but burning with truth. Capital Complex 8 wins from 9, a campaign of near perfection. 34 goals scored, 11 conceded, a side that strikes with flair and guards with discipline. And Siang Warriors 6 wins from 9, forged in grin, defined by grit. 16 goals scored, 14 conceded, not always pretty, but always proud. When they last met, it ended 5-1. Vivek Guru scored a hat-trick, but numbers don't play tonight, but the men do. Here under the lights of UPIA, the stats tell the story of what has been. The next 90 minutes will tell us what will be. We are all set. Referee checks his watch. Sri Tokotedi in charge of this middle game. It's Capital Complex FC versus Siang Warriors FC, the first qualifier of the INAL 25-26. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fasten your seatbelts and enjoy this roller coaster of a contest. Still waiting for the final signal from the match commissioner. The night begins to breathe. This is the first qualifier where dreams stretch and hearts tighten. Capital Complex, kings of the league, step forward with the weight of expectation. And Siang Warriors FC, scarred once but not subdued, they rise for redemption. And every blade of grass now matters. Every touch could turn the tale. The mountains of Arunachal echo with one sound. Football has begun in UPIA. So has those attacks for Capital Complex from the left hand side. Vivek Guru combining early, gets the shot in. Good save from the keeper. Testing time for Ritan Bori. And within the first 45 seconds, the young goalkeeper warms his gloves. Corner then for Capital Complex. That's what you call killer instinct. That's what you call breaking the shackles early from the first minute. Can they hurt? Oli tying from into corner duties. Akash Kiro was interested. It's bobbing in the area. Danger still not averted. Looking to find some room for the cross. Denied, defied, tacioted up. Rahul Shimpo. He needs the right kind of supply from that midfield three of Hage Sarbo, tacioted up and Oleg tying. Here is the former. Hage Sarbo. Remember the number 5 24 years old, scored the winning goal against Subansiri on 18th October. He's played the Santosh Trophy last season for Arunachal Pradesh. He will certainly stabilize that midfield for Capital Complex. And much to the surprise of their fans, they got battered against Namsai FC in the group stage on 24th of October. The game which ended 4-2. Since then, the men in red meant business. They've won the remaining 2 group games quite handsomely. 7-2 against United Kaming and 4-1 against Patkai. Dorji Siwang. He's got Rahul Chimpo asking for the ball in the center. Good touch from Vivek. Olik steps in and leaves it for Takio Tadap. First time shot is blocked. The ball is recycled back into the penalty area into no man's land. No damage done. Runs towards Ritin Bori. He's played for East Siang District at the Nari Koyu State Level Championship. The young keeper with club's first choice between the sticks. Alison Carson-Tew making a tactical move just to strengthen the left hand side, and the combination play of Kankidam and Hanuthari gonna be very crucial, especially the way they look to combine within the game. Vivek Gurung went for that adventurous pass. It was intercepted quite comfortably by Payet. Joseph Purpen with that challenge. And despite being a centre-back, he scored 4 goals. A goal in the last game as well. Vivek Gurung. Put off by that first time tackle. And now launched long. Meban is the target. The young striker from Meghalaya. It will be a big night for the youngster. Can he prove his mettle against the league's best? Is the question which we look to answer in the next hour and a half or so. Keeper Bharat is tuning this team. The calm at the heart of Capital Complex. Measured, meticulous. His team a mirror of his method. Every shout from the touchline, it carries conviction. In every glance, it tells a story of control. His counterpart tonight, a very experienced Alison Carson-Tew, former Mohammedan Sporting Shillong Lajong manager. The fire that fuels Siang Warriors FC. Animated, passionate, demanding more from every inch of grass. He's lived the game, breathed it, and now he drives his Warriors with that same heartbeat. The 2 coaches with 2 philosophies, one seeking perfection, the other chasing redemption. This too is a duel, waged not with boots but with belief. A reckless challenge. Is that the first free kick of this game? The referee just walks towards a Siang player, Tenzil Khasandi, a senior man in this Warriors setup, and tried to take on Jenko Gaddy, who brings it down. He's played across the country. Tenzil Khasandi started with Minerva Punjab back in 1819, and then had brief spells with RIFC of Gujarat, for Mohammedan Sporting as well, one of the big clubs of Kolkata. There's Anurag Diali's free kick. Drops right in front of the keeper, and that is where the goalkeeper can be baffled by that bounce right ahead of them. Jagam Loi, the best keeper of Arunachal Pradesh, was slightly taken by surprise with that bounce, and that is exactly where the keepers don't like. He spilled it and asking for trouble almost. Hanu was closing in. Now Now Capital Complex looking to attack down the right hand side. Solid challenge in there. The numbers are not just statistics, they are statements. Olik Tying, 7 goals, 3 assists, the perfect foil for Vivek Guru. The balance between brilliance and bravery. Together they have painted this campaign in goals. 34 in 9 games, a symphony of attack few could silence. Here is the master at work from the set piece. The header went over. Here is the tall man who went up for it. Rahul Shingpo, the target man. On 21st of February last year, he created history by scoring the equalizer against Goa in the final rounds of the Santosh Trophy, which ended 3-all. I played for Burguli as well in the Inter-Village Independence Day Village football tournament. He adds a lot of flair to the attack. He's been the focal point for Capital Complex. The man who looks to pin the opposition centre-backs. He can attract defenders towards him and create space for the likes of Olik Tying and Dorji Siwang to make those late entries in the box and do the damage. That was a speculative effort, way over the top. Here is Shingfo, on to 4 goals. He will look to add to his tally tonight. And all those 12 for Vivek Guru won't matter if he fails to score this evening. Even tomorrow, the clash gonna be keenly contested between Suban Siri and FC Iga. Both have qualified. Moniul and Namsai were pretty close to them. Both on equal number of points, separated by goal difference. There you go, Vivek Guru. This could be the trouble. Puts a break on his run, gazing for options. Hago Sarbe arrives and loses out there. Lent him. He puts in a lot of labor, the number 22. Playing alongside Jess Tibor. In the middle of the park, Anurag Diali will be given the license to operate from his natural region up top. In the role of the number 10. Here comes Capital Complex, Dorji Siwang. They occupy the half spaces pretty well. Dorji thought about a shot. Justibor was ready for it. Takes one for his team. Siang Warriors, the spirit is stitched into every stride. Oh, clever turn. Beautiful setup on the left hand side. 2 waiting in the box. Another corner for Capital Complex. They are piling on the pressure early doors. Stretching the wings. Corner taken shot. Some training ground routine. Clearance drops on the edge. Trying to sort his feet out. Takioted up. Goes behind Akash Kino. Not the greatest of balls. Dorji inside the box. Still Dorji towards the byline. But the last touch coming off a Warriors player. And Kidam got in the way, the left back. And the onslaught continues from Capital Complex. As Siang Warriors, they need to weather the storm. Only time once more. With that floated delivery! Looks so close! But yet so far. Akash Kira could have been the hero. The man from Itanagar. Just rising high. Like a high rise in the capital. But not managing to find the back of the net. What a game, what a start. Clearly a side to be reckoned with. Siang Warriors are here to prove they are no pushovers. Let's see for how long they can continue this way. The capital complex are too hot to handle. And now a guide on towards Arunachal. I was with Bangalore City FC in the BDFA Men's A Division. 23 years old attacker. He's got a couple of goals as well this season. A very vital cog in the wheel. Oh, what a splitting ball over the top. Beautifully managed by Joseph. Rahul Chinko has been tightly marked. Oh, that's a mistake. A poor touch. Techi Tatra to the rescue. Away from the keeper. And now Hage Sarbo. Takyoted up. Tautapu. Spent his youth career with Sudeva Delhi. It's a floater delivery. Gets a touch to it. Few yards to that clearance. And only as far as Techi Tatra, who collects it. Capital Complex in control. Siang Warriors, Joseph Yopin with 4 goals, the spark that ignites them. And Meban with 3 has been devoid of service in the first quarter. He needs ball supply to produce the goods up front for Siang Warriors. That hasn't happened so far. They're struggling to come out of their area, getting caught into their passing drills. A cause of concern already for Alison Carson-Tew, who's a master when it comes to the reading of the game. A club that representing Shiyomi, Upper Siang, East Siang and Siang districts of Arunachal Pradesh. A lot of expectations from them. The top coach at the helm of affairs. Alison Carson-Tew certainly knows how to grind out results. His sides mostly perform in the second half. A similar scenario with Shillong Lajong as well during his tenure back in 2018-19 season in the I-League. The display was much better in the second half. It just takes time to analyze the game. Comes back with a very strong reply, but has he broken the offside trap? No, he hasn't. Meban, a very direct attacker. It doesn't hold on to the ball for too long in the final third, and that's what he will offer. Direct running. Diali, he struck in that earlier meeting. A reminder that he can hurt the league leaders when given the moment. Numbers tell you who they are. But tonight, under these lights, it is not about what they have done. It's about what they are willing to do again. Warriors, the heartbeat of the region. The unity of Upper Siang, East Siang, and Siang itself. They carry the roar of the river, the rhythm of the valleys, the strength of people who've turned passion into power. The capital complex, the capital's pride, representing Itanagar, the heart of Arunachal football. A side on ambition. The keeper tested at his near post. Ritin Bori is certainly having a tough night. Too much to keep away for this young keeper. Side built on ambition, organization and unshakable belief. Touched away by Ritin Bori. They are the symbol of the city, confident, composed and commanding. Here they come, this time from the right hand side. Unable to play the ball across. Vivek was free in the middle. Could have been a tap-in opportunity, but couldn't really connect. What a great ball in from deep. Look at that pass. Unable to play it across, staccated up. Who lost his footing inside the penalty area. And one thing Capital Complex have managed to do pretty well. They've managed to keep the pressure on the Siang Warriors defense. Rahul Shingpo moves towards the dead area. The tackle was inevitable. The corner in clutches for Capital Complex. CCFC, they are on song. The fans getting behind their side. The mood is truly warmed up. Lack of pace on that corner. More of a floater sent in by Olik Tang. An attack yotted up towards the near post. Rahul Shingpo was there. Not managing to touch it away. They are knocking on the door time and again. Almost as if just a moment away from that elusive goal. First 20 minutes has been all Capital Complex. Oh, beautiful ball. Breaks the lines. And now Olik Tang is asking for it. Slightly selfish on that occasion. Got to release the ball on time in the final third. In that split second, he was strictly closed down by the Siang Warriors defense. Just had to look up. Olik Tang was in a better position. Well within shooting distance, just about 20 yards from goal. From the river to the ridge, from Siang to the capital. This game is more than a qualifier. This is a clash of heritage and heart. Indrajit Namchum Arunachal League has not just crowned contenders, it has undiscovered believers. But these are the names that will carry forward. They are the torchbearers of the region's football. And perhaps no one put it better than the league's chairman, Mr. Okit Palik. Was having a word with him. He mentioned football is a religion here. And you can feel it in every chant, in every cheer, every child chasing a ball down a dusty lane. Arunachal, the love for the game isn't just new. Only the format is. The franchise system may be fresh, but the passion is ancient. rooted deep in the hills, carried in the hearts of its people. And what Mr. Paling has done is simple yet profound. He has built a bridge between tradition and tomorrow. And meanwhile, to build the bridge, and there's the man through on goal, puts it in, Mehban. Tiny in age. What a moment to saviour the Siang Warriors FC fans. He cut opens the Capital Complex defence. And how about that for a finish in the end? And against the run of play, Siang Warriors FC, they hurt Capital Complex. Big gap between the two defenders. Excellent acceleration from Mehban. He left behind Techutatwa and Akash Kino. Both of them were playing catch-up with the young striker. From Meghalaya to a mega stage. This is a chapter encapsulated in 90 minutes episode. Mehban with a touch of destiny. A touch that could take them into the final of the INAL. Still a long way to go. Capital Complex, they can bounce back any moment. They must not have expected this. Conceded their 12th goal of the season. For the second time, they've gone down against the side. Last time they go down, they lost 4-2 to Namsai. From the local rivalries, the professional pride, from playgrounds to proper platforms. This is not just a league growing in structure, it is a movement growing in soul. Football isn't just arriving in Arunachal, it's awakening. A rude awakening for Capital Complex. The warning bells are ringing. Just when Capital Complex were preparing to produce their own music, Siang Warriors decides to change that script. Come up with their own lyrics that can fine-tune their victory and produce a song of glory for them. Another line-breaking pass. They're finding those gaps in between the lines. Tautapu gets challenged. Akash Kino with a hopeful ball. Stood tall, the Siang Warriors defense. They're playing with a certain pep and zest. Mehban once more, the lone front runner, went for the acrobatic. He's been the thorn in the flesh. Despite having the numerical advantage, Capital Complex are struggling to match with the pace of Mehban. Such a tricky operator. Always pulls away from his markers and finds himself in space. And that's the hallmark of a good striker. Knockout stage, it doesn't matter how you play. It's all about putting the ball in the back of the net, and that's what counts at the end of 90 minutes. Now, Siang Warriors having a slight upper hand. But the game looks very much in Capital Complex's grasp. They need one goal to open the lock gates. And even during the pre-match show, both experts predicted a win for Capital Complex. Meban, this man can change. Put a spanner. Put cartoons into the hopes of Capital Complex. He can write his own story. We saw emergence of youngsters from the INAL. One more in the offering tonight in Meban. Young number 9 from Meghalaya. He was in a fine scoring form in the Shillong Premier League as well. One of Alison Carson-Tew's trusted weapon. Even Denzel Khashandi follows Alison Carson-Tew. And now making inroads. Is that a foul? Perfectly timed tackle. A challenge in those areas got to be made with a lot of care. Timing of that tackle was quite exquisite from Siang Warriors. Capital Complex. This time through Oleg Tying, sends in a decent ball. Danger is still lurking. It's half cleared. And now poked away from the danger zone. We'll show you the attack. Rahul Shingpo. Nothing too serious from Arunachal. He tried to sell one dummy there, Rahul Shingpo. Arunachal wasn't buying it all day long. And the gap is quickly closed down. Suddenly growing in confidence, growing in stature. Siang Warriors, Chestibor. Ball is won back once more by Capital Complex. Ball retention has been very quick and close to the goal. They apply a counter press before the opposition could get into a passing sequence every time they lose the ball. But Siang Warriors, their midfield line are giving away vertical gaps. And that is why they're taking some time during the defensive transition. Something which Capital Complex are trying to exploit. They have a free kick. Half an hour's play gone. It's Capital Complex FC 0, Siang Warriors FC 1. Courtesy. That strike from Meban. Vivek Guru. On this free kick. Can he curl it like David Beckham? Vivek Guru. Comfortably gathered by Ritan Bori. You can hear the loud cheer from the fans. It's too buzzing here. The Golden Jubilee Outdoor Stadium. Fans vouching for their favorite teams. They've assembled here to see their favorite players in action. That's too ambitious. Dorji Sewang. Very active from the right hand side. Giving him a tough fight. Kankinam. The left back of Siang Warriors. Getting decent support from Hanutari as well. Tautapu continues his run now. It's Dorji Siwang. What a tackle. Stupendous from Joseph. This was a free kick. No trouble for Ritan Bori. Pretty decent in the Assam State Premier League as well. Just a few months ago. Now cross comes in from the right flank. shot on the rise. Got to deal with the second ball, Siang Warriors. That's set up nicely for a red shirt. They have taken lessons from that defeat. Got battered 5-1, 9th of October. Alison Carson, a very quick learner. He can analyze the game quite well. He really worked and studied this Capital Complex side. They are still keeping things tight at the back, and you will eventually see those frustrations creeping in. Now the idea will be to take the game deep, to delay proceedings, and that is where you might expect Capital Complex to fumble and leave gaps in their defense line. Denzel Khashandi, Denzel past one, Denzel's crossing! Manutari, that's a foul without a shadow of a doubt. A late challenge. They are precise and prominent, Siang Warriors. That was the previous attack. Denzel Khashandi taking on Tautapu. The cross was slightly too much on it. And they double this lead. Will be a huge moment. Anurag Diali with his left foot, a dink towards the back post. Another spectacular attempt from Neban. Good try from the youngster. He gets into position early. Flung his body in the air. His youthful exuberance got to be guided by some shoulders of experience. And now this is looking good. And the offside flag is up against Rahul Shinto. That won't count. Capital Complex, if they lose this, they'll play the second qualifier in 3 days' time against the winners of the first eliminator. Now that is between Subansiri and FC Iga United tomorrow, a 7 p.m. kickoff. All the matches live and exclusive on the YouTube channel of INAL. That's a smart pass. Vivek Guru, first touch letting him down. Fighting bicep to bicep. Kago Sarbe, great steal. Dorji Siwang takes a look up and delivers a cross. Chance for a header. Perfectly placed. Joseph Purpen. No distance on the clearance. Too much height. Ronash Payet. Ronash. Meban will look to harass Capital Complex defense. Every time when the ball gets to his feet, he's wreaked havoc. Again, goes direct. Siang Warriors covering a lot of space up front, not allowing Akash Kino, Techi Tatra to settle down. It's a very fluid front line from Siang Warriors. That keeps the defenders second guessing every time. Oh, lovely ball. Excellent play. A love busting run from Jenko Gadi. Good blocking. Ronash Payet Stood firm there. Capital Complex searching their 35th goal of this campaign. They scored 11 goals in the last 2 encounters. Conceded 3. That's the element of worry for keeper Bharat. I'm afraid we've seen this Capital Complex side, especially in the closing stages of the league. And the defense quite leaky, quite porous. Unless it's addressed, can cause them the title. Meban with that diagonal run fails to keep it in play. Will lead the attack, Vivek Guru. A lot of running up and down the pitch for the number 9. He can also operate as a target man. We might see keeper Bharat make that tactical tweak and ask Vivek Guru to accommodate and occupy that space in the center. We might see that change coming up in the second half. He can bring on a winger. He's got a lot of options on the bench. He can play as a target man as well. Vivek Guru, apart from being a goal-scoring winger. Yes, T-ball. They ran into a host of red shirts. This might be a chance. A spirited defending. The likes of Joseph, Karun Thayar, Ken Keenan haven't put a foot wrong yet. Regulation time of just about 5 minutes left in the first half. And if it ends fair and square at full time, we'll head to the extra time, followed by the penalty shootout if it still remains undecided. This could be an opportunity. Terrible punch from the keeper. Rectifies his mistake, Ritin Bori. Lack of punch on that shot from Dorji Sewang, even though it fell onto his weak left foot. Should have gone for placement rather than power. That was another good chance for Capital Complex. They are stitching those passes now and trying to play it quick, attacking with a lot of intensity. This was the punch, just parried away. The clearance drops, and then the penalty spot. And that's one of the basics of goalkeeping. You got to punch the ball wide from the on-rushing players. On this occasion, Ritin Bori just parried it right in front of his eyes, and that is where the attackers normally they close in. It's something which will eventually learn with age, still very early in his career. Olitine. All those corners have been wasteful. None of them on point from Olitine. Jenko Gadi. Gadi incoming towards the keeper, who spilled it nearly. Almost invited that pressure. somehow managing to bail his team out. It was a sticky situation at the far post. Hagesalbo. Nice distribution. Dorji Siwang. Till Hage. Oof. Quick feet from the number 5. Another hit. Takes a deflection. Bobbles in the area. Defensive work for Hanutari. Edge forward. Is that a foul? That looked quite clumsy from Akash Kino. Foul on Neighbor. We have the first booking of this qualifier. Akash Kino committing that foul. It's a clear push. Used his hands. Went unnoticed by Kokoteri. These are the Capital Complex fans, slightly anxious. Right before the break, Anurag Diyari, his team with a golden chance to double their lead. A ball towards the back post yet again. And this time comfortably defended. Foul as well. The fans really turned this game into a true spectacle. Electrifying atmosphere. Akash Kino stepping up into the attacking half. Deflected behind for a corner. Can they utilize this moment? Plenty of corners in the first half for Capital Complex. None of them were inch perfect. A change in the set piece taker. This time it's Tautapu. Collected to the right, the left corner of the penalty area. Hustled off the ball, Vivek Guru. The defending has been very clean from Siang Warriors. Additional time 5 minutes. Time for Capital Complex to wipe this lead before heading into the lemon break. Never easy for the keepers as well. They're playing under floodlights, especially during the month of November, with a lot of dew factor coming into play. Kechi Tatra, the only player who stayed behind. Jenko Gaddy, switched wings. Inch perfect ball, there's a chance. Keeper spills it. What a big mistake. A goal gifted by Ritan Gori. My oh my, Capital Complex are right back. Right at the cusp of half time. Error from Ritan Gori. And Capital Complex are right back in this. Rahul Chinko was the fox in the box. And he nets his 5th goal of this campaign, and probably the most crucial one given the scenario. All back to square one. It's Capital Complex FC 1, Siang Warriors FC 1. Mayban's goal cancelled out. Pushing for more in the first half. Capital Complex. They are in the rhythm. Crosses have certainly given jitters to the Siang Warriors keeper in terms of collecting the ball first time, and now a shot away. Takio Tada for the second time in this game has gotten closer. And the crowd, they go wild every time Capital Complex move forward. Hagesarbo scans the area. That's smart. A beautiful hit. Excellent keeping as well. You simply cannot take your eyes off this clash. Takio Tadap denied by a brilliant save from Rittenbury. That was eventually nestling into the bottom corner. Struck with a lot of venom. Never easy under pressure. The young keeper pulled off a stunning save. Tapu. Lion's share of the ball for Capital Complex in this half. Just a 1 goal scored, 1 conceded. Another 45 awaits us. And keeper Bharat would certainly want to end the game within 90 minutes. And this time, he managed to held his nerves within Bori. That was moving, that was swirling. And the hit from Dorji Siwang. Bori did adjust pretty well. Rahul Chingpo has stolen it. Last few seconds left. Shot from Hago Sarbe with his outstep. Inches wide. Hage Sarbo getting in on the act. And there you go. Applied the right technique. Too much outswing on that hit. Transfer cross. All in time. Putting their bodies on the line. Defending with all hands on deck. Siang Warriors. Chenko Gadi with a deep cross. Knocked back in the center. Another corner for Capital Complex. Chances galore in the dying stages of the first half. With the last chance of this closing moments. Time with a lot of height. Falls to Vivek. Gets a shot in with his left foot. Keeper left it alone, and there goes the half-time whistle from Toko Terry. It's been quite an absorbing half of football. A half thoroughly enjoyed by Capital Complex. It started on the front foot, but against the run of play, Siang Warriors took the lead, courtesy Meban, on the 22nd minute mark, which was nullified by Rahul Chingpo. Stoppage time of the first half. Capital Complex back in the game, well and truly in control as well. So at half time, it's Capital Complex FC 1, Siang Warriors FC 1. When we come back, it's going to be the the second half. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching the INL 25-26. It's the first qualifier where Capital Complex FC are taking on Siang Warriors FC, the first versus second in the first quarterfinal, the first qualifier, or the first game of the playoffs. We are ready for the second half to begin. It's 1-1 so far. Mayban gave Siang Warriors the lead, which was nullified by Rahul Chingpo right at the cusp of half-time. And now the interval fades and the night prepares to breathe again. 45 gone, 45 to chase glory. Capital Complex composed, calculating, knowing one goal could seal their stride to the final. Siang Warriors wounded, but never weak. Eyes burning with unfinished business. And from here on, it's not about the tactics, it's about temperament. The second half starts, the heroes rise and hopes either live or leave. The two coaches have spoken, the crowd still hums with belief. The wind in UPR feels heavier, charged with what's at stake. Trying to start the second half on a better note. Siang Warriors, they've been in the back foot so far in this game. Just a couple of openings from the counter. And now riding the challenge, Vivek Gurung. Beautiful step over, skips past one. Vivek Gurung's ball. And out towards the red shirt, Jenko Gaddy. Across to Hage Sarbo. Option on the right. Looks towards the number 22. The cross was low. Somehow it's been put out. Back in from Akash Kino. Away to safety by Joseph Yurpen. Now quick feet. Picking up pace. Siang Warriors. That should be a foul. A cynical challenge from Akash Kino. He's already on a yellow card. Got to be careful, the number 3. The last thing Capital Complex would want at this stage is to go down to 10 men. There you go. Great flash of pace from Mayban. He's known for those electric heel runs. It's Denzel Khashandi. Change, getting ready. Looks like it's Suraj Guru will come on for Siang Warriors in place of Anurag Diali. Alison Castle too just plays his trump card. Free kick delivered. No problems whatsoever for Jagom Loi. All the time. Sina pass out wide through the inner channel. Nicely defended by Joseph. Kautapu was on the burst. Now Sarbo. And a man who does loads of interception for Capital Complex. Vivek Guru, the right-footed left winger who loves cutting inside. Will be a back heel. Well read there by the fullback. Intended target was Jenko Gadi. Jenko Gadi has got a couple of appearances in the I-League 3rd Division. Split around 104 minutes. 23 years old. Was with Lake City FC as well, this club from Madhya Pradesh. A beautiful run of time. Just kept away. Not too far though. Now it's been put out of the danger zone. Oh, goodness me. Under the pump from Siang Warriors. Surge after surge from Capital Complex. The penetration looks slightly difficult from the middle, which is why they are taking up the wide areas, operating from the flanks. This was the cross, beautiful delivery, palmed away by Ritan Bori. The complex was sailing smooth before they faced their first speed breaker in Namsai, 24th of October. They've collected 24 points in group games, with 8 victories out of total 9 games. Complete dominance. The Siang Warriors finished on 19 points, with 6 victories, a draw and 3 defeats. A lot of gap between the league leaders and the teams finished second rather. And the team placed third and fourth on equal number of points. And that has been the difference between Capital Complex and the rest of the sides in this tournament. They likes to take the game by storm. Doji Siwang, Olitang, Hanutari, tried to slip it through the legs, closed down very quickly. Akash Kino, you can play those accurate balls from the back line. Passing incisive from Capital Complex, Vivek Guru holding on to the ball a bit too long, gets challenged in the process. The flag is up. The temperature has gone down by quite a few notches. It's been raining here since the last few days. Good amount of rain early in the day as well. That was a teasing ball in. Away by quite a few inches from Rahul Shinpo's feet. Olitang, outswing floater. Now that becomes easy for the defense line to track and clear. Now stepping up, Akash Kino, that was dipping in. So close. Unleashing a pile driver. Not shot shy at all, the defender. Ritan Bori. Yet again, another testing time for the goalkeeper. The ball was lost in the advanced area. An immediate attempt from Akash Kino. That could have been something. Another spectacular goal was on the cards. Vivek works it to the right. Can't get past. Still in, and Rahul Shekpo blazed over. It was the previous hit, a late dip. And what about that for an acceleration? To keep the ball in play at the last minute. And Rahul Shekpo should have scored. Oh, a big error! Mayban! What a moment for the young striker. Called into action, Jagong Loi. Yet another vital mistake. Look at that. Kechi Tatra is playing with fire, and Mayban likes to operate off the shoulder of the last man in defense. Akash Kino. They will continue attacking all the time. Rahul Shekpo, Vivek is in the middle. Finds Vivek Guru. Players converging. Gets up a shot. And a touch. It was so heavy. And the move breaks down. Dictating play at the moment. Capital Complex. Another change. Hanu Tari. That's that for the number 7.
Substitution for Siang Warriors FC. Player number 7.
Second change.
Player number 11.
From Alison Carson-Tew. Flag has stayed down. Looking dangerous, Capital Complex. Takes a tumble. It's all happening here at the Golden Jubilee Outdoor Stadium. What a cracker of a contest. An absolute nail-biter. This was the chance. The keeper spreads himself, makes himself big. Had to stretch his left foot to deny Mayban. Otherwise, that could have been the second. Suddenly turned off at the back. Lapses of concentration. The well-wishers of Siang Warriors FC, Shri Ojin Tashim, Honorable Minister, Government of Arunachal Pradesh, along with few MLAs, are present in the VIP gallery. CCFC representing Papampara district and capital region of the state. Another hit that was travelling well but never came down. The score line remains this way. After 90 minutes, we'll move to extra time. 2 halves of 15 minutes each. And it still remains unsettled. Final tiebreaker gonna be the penalty shootout. Still soaking up a lot of pressure, Siang Warriors. Now move developing. Kechi Tatra against Mayban. This time the defender wins the duel. Now played over the top. Trying to measure the diagonal. Good close control, Suraj Guru. And yet again, first touch makes life difficult. All those small margins can make a huge impact, especially in a knockout game. Agasarbo, smart ball to nullify the pressure. Away from two in a flash, Vivek Guru. And sometimes he pays the price for holding onto the ball for too long. Vivek Guru. Chance from a tight angle and Capital Complex. They go in front at the hour mark. It's Dorji Sewang on the score sheet. And this time Vivek Guru turns provider. Top goal scorer of the league sets this one up for his strike partner, and Dorji Sewang makes it 2-1 from a very tight angle. From being a goal down, Capital Complex then lead 2-1. And all those pressure finally paid dividends for Capital Complex. What a finish. Less than half an hour left in this game. Capital Complex now will want to put the game beyond Siang Warriors' reach. Olik Thai gets it out of his feet. That won't bother. Ritin Bori. Harrison Constantine's side, trailing 2-1. They kept attacking. They kept the pressure on. They kept creating chances. And eventually managed to break Siang Warriors FC down for the second time in this game. Sign of a champion side. When you do not bother about the scoreline, you just go out and express yourself, play your brand of football. Meanwhile, this could be the equalizer. So close. And he slid in at the far post. Mayban could have had his hat-trick, given the kind of opportunities he missed this evening. Just a half a second late in reading that pass. He mustn't have expected Jagam Loi to miss the flight of the ball. End-to-end action. Still 2-1. Capital Complex are precariously placed. A goal's lead never safe. They would certainly want to get the insolence goal. Jenko Gadi steps away, puts in a decent cross. Chance for a shot. Takio, Rahul Shinko was in the mix. Agasarbo. up in the air. Got to clear their lines. 19 shots taken by Capital Complex. You can imagine the amount of pressure that kept on Siang Warriors. Every time Vivek Guru, all the time trying to amplify the side's attack and cultivate a goal. All the time for the gap, flag stayed down, Vivek Guru across the face of goal. He's bewildered, no one able to apply the finishing touch in the middle. It was a driven attempt. The man who represented Arunachal Pradesh in the Santosh Trophy scored as well for them in the final round. Nevan fends off one with support from Akash Kino. Complementing each other, the two centre backs of Capital Complex. What a ball forward! High boot! Will the referee blow the whistle? He will eventually stop play. That was a boot from Joseph Yopen. Failed to steady the ship, Siang Warriors. Lost by a big margin to Namsai in their last group game. Still haven't managed to come out of that bubble. Especially that second half performance in the last game. Capital Complex are attacking thick and fast. A lot of flair, creativity. And the passing has been crisp. 10 shots on target, 3 on the flip side from Siang Warriors. They need to increase that tally to get back in this game. Spreading it out wide. Low ball in. Commits first time, Joseph. Tau Tapu. Make the throw in. He comes away with it. Action at the other end. Puts the break here. Lentem. Jestibor. Pass gets a foot in. The ball is lost. Slightly helter-skelter. That's a goal kick clearly. Given the scoreline, still difficult to pick one team at this stage. They can create something out of nothing, Siang Warriors. And even if they lose this contest, they'll get one more chance to play the final on the 5th of November, the second qualifier. Rahul Shingpo outfoxes his marker. Went on his own. Created 16 chances tonight. Siang Warriors have converted one of their two. They need to create more such opportunities. One denied by the keeper. One found the back of the net. In both the occasions, Mayban was in the center of things. And what a season it has been. I'm sure the football lovers across the state will remember the 25-26 season of the INAL. Sparkling football, world-class goals. A massive exodus of youth coming up through the ranks of this league. What does Alison Carson-Tew now have up his sleeves? Will he dig deep into his bench? Floated up and Hage Sarbo. Very comfortable. The remote in their hands. The team play according to the tempo they set in midfield. Let's see for how long Capital Complex will play this way. We are nearing the last quarter. Will they shut shop, sit and defend? And now firing on all cylinders to get the insurance goal. And that very nearly won from Vivek Guru. Not a bad try from the number 9. Arunachal. Kanuntai. Beautiful. Mayban. Is he brought down? Think so. Smito Teddy. And a yellow card brandished for goal scorer now in the referee's book for wrong reason. Mayban stopped on his track illegally. And for those long bursting runs, he can go all the way. If allowed time and space to take off, he's learned the art of taking off from a static position. Suraj Guru. Big chance for Siang Warriors FC. Suraj Guru's ball. It has opened up. Dropped on the line. He's still alive for Siang Warriors. And after a series of deflections, finally, Jagon Lowy grabs hold of it. Sigh of relief for the Capital Complex supporters in the stands. Rahul. There's Vivek Guru. It's 1-on-4. Vivek Guru, quick feed. Is that a penalty? Referee not interested. counter Capital Complex, so dangerous. And Hage Sarbo trying to attract attention of the referee. That looked pretty close. He was cutting in Vivek Guru. Just that one player up top, surrounded by 4 blue shirts, and still managed to carve the Warriors defense. And there you go. Here is that outside dodge. Our foot was extended by Runash Payat, even though it was a very soft incident. I wouldn't have been surprised if the referee blew the whistle either. Rahul Chekpo puts it in a great area. No conviction on the clearance. The last quarter of this game remains. Jesse ball, and now out ball. And disappointments. The 36 goals scored in 10 games. More than 3 goals per game on average. And that shows the wealth of the attacking intent. That is where the riches lie. Rahul Chekpo to seal the game. Puts it over. And can you believe it? And the number 11 getting on the end of that. Went for the top corner. That was too high. That was a chance to put the game to bed. Sarbo once more. They are taking their time. Joseph with a no-nonsense clearance. Previous chance, lovely wall pass. And the angle opened up nicely. Just putting it over the top. It didn't look that sharp. But when it comes to the finishing, Capital Complex might be the pressure of playing a knockout game. The first qualifier. seal the deal. And now Olik Tang turns towards Rahul Chikbo. Rahul's incoming ball. Clearance still drops to a red shirt. Olik Tang denied. A collective effort. They can spring on a counter. Meban. Suraj Guru is the spare man. Still Meban, one way than the other. Twisting and turning. He still has it. Suraj Guru. Foul committed by Disan. Bharat just saw him asking his players to warm up. We might see few of them come up in the closing stage. A plan which the coaches use when in the lead to run down the clock. Time is running away. Clock is ticking faster than usual. For Siang Warriors, possession only 31%. Oh, there's an attempt! An error! For the third time in this game. Was in the clear. Meban time and again getting one-on-one with the keeper and not managing to score. And this will certainly haunt him if his side lose this game. Big mistakes from Capital Complex in defense. Not managing to adjust with the bounce and going for those first time clearances, committing early in the bargain. Meban making those runs in behind into the gap. There's that completely deceived by that aerial pass. And Meban had time and space to carry the ball further forward, get close to the goal, and decides to pull the trigger from outside the box. And now Kamin has been brought on. Lenton goes off. Let's see what can come in. Number 10 has to offer. Disarm. In the last few minutes of regulation time, Capital Complex will apply a low block and try to play on the counter. They know they're very near to a spot in the final. Almost a 5 days break after tonight for them before the final if they end the game this way. They're showing a lot of maturity, not losing possession of the ball. Just playing it to feet. Now cutting through. Olik Tang. Vivek Guru hasn't got on the score sheet, but he did manage to set up that pass. A goal contribution from Vivek Guru. He could be one of the strong contenders for the golden ball as well, alongside the golden boot. His code is produced. Joseph Yarpen. He'll play high in the closing minutes of this game. Olik Tang. Flagged off. And the game coming up tomorrow. Gonna be quite an interesting one. Subansiri against FC Iga. Both the teams are neck to neck as far as their seasons are concerned. And they'll face off in the first eliminator tomorrow. The team that ends being on the receiving end will bow out of this competition. Will be end of the road for that side. Our winners will play the second qualifier against the losers of this game. Rahul Chingpo, nice trickery. Deflection, still not managing to prevent the ball from going out for a corner. He gave it his all, Ritan Bori. Vivek Gurung on the half turn. Took a couple of deflections. A goal here for Capital Complex will surely march them into the final. And despite a very, very strong show, they gave it away in the second half. Siang Warriors, they had their moments as well in front of goal. Couldn't take it with both hands. There's the free man, Olik Time. Keep trying those long ranges. Don't Siwang this time. Only time. Nagasarbo and Takio Pradap just runs the show from midfield. Only time likes to pull the strings from the center. He's got excellent vision and eye for threading those through balls in between the fullback and the defender. Here's Hagesarbo. Continue with the same side till the 88th minute. A testament to their fitness and stamina. Rahul Chingpo. Good first touch, Vivek Gurung. Vivek Gurung. Unlucky this evening. Not managing to beat Ritan Bori. Kankinam. It involves Disam. Gestibor. Cute ball forward. Come in with that pass. Hacked away by the Capital Complex defense. Suraj. The shooting distance quickly closed down. Great reaction from the Capital Complex defense. It's a cheap giveaway. Come in. Spreading it to the right. Trying to get that 1-2 going. Didn't work out. And now chance to throw on a counter. They pour forward Capital Complex. Vivek Guru showed a bit too much of the ball. Gets challenged. Additional time 5 minutes. And a couple of changes getting ready for Capital Complex. Keeper Bharat was waiting exactly for this moment. Very experienced coach. An AFC A license holder. And the first from the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Neban. Now or never for Siang Warriors. Desperate to take the game to the extra time. Now a couple of changes coming on. Daniel is one of them. Rahul Shingpo will be subbed. Replaced by Toku Panu. Olik tying his office up as well.
Replaced by player number 8, Toku Panu, and player number 13, Olik tying replaced by player number 42, Daniel Guru.
Daniel Guru and Toku Panu in for Rahul Shingpo and Olik tying. Fresh legs injected. Come in. It's still not over yet. Just a matter of one goal. Denzel Khashandi manages to buy a throw in. Clearance from Tautapu. That's slightly wavered. Got to get the marking right. And the bounce can take a toll. Jacob Lowy was very watchful. He's made a couple of very crucial saves tonight. Takio Tadap. Panu. Shot gets lost in the crowd. Capital Complex, they know they're just a couple of minutes away from a spot in this year's INAL final. "28 shots taken in total. They have surely dominated this game. Just looks sloppy in defense. Daniel Guru takes it in his stride. Daniel Guru. Nitin Bori with a quick release. Listen. Just T-ball couldn't get there. Still searching for that third goal. Capital Complex. Daniel Guru. Players arriving. Toku Panu. He will steal a few seconds here. See teams do that when they are in the lead with just about few seconds left on the clock. Struggling to get hold of the ball. Siang Warriors. Capital Complex can afford the waiting game at this stage. They know they are very close. Daniel Guru. Now they have the ball. Siang Warriors got to make the most of it with time running away. Goes straight and direct. Jacob Lowe to the rescue. That's surely a foul. Used his hands. Should be a booking as well. Tapu is bringing down a blue shirt. This could well and truly be the last roll of the dice, the last chance of this game for Siang Warriors to stay afloat in the first quarterfinal. Despite the rain, the fans have filled the stands. Referee got to hear that. Like pushing and shoving, few words exchanged. Last chance of this game. Hage Sarbo with a big clearance. Could be final whistle any moment. Hage Sarbo. He takes over. And there you go. Capital Complex FC. They march straight into the final of the INAL 25-26. The giants of the league proving once more why they have led from the front. A statement of dominance. A season's promise fulfilled. And now they are just a step away from getting their hands on the silverware. The fans are jubilant. They play the final on the 8th of November for their crowning glory. And Siang Warriors, they end this game being at the receiving end with one more chance. They'll play the second qualifier on 5th of November against the winners of tomorrow's encounter. Still not all lost, doom and gloom for Siang Warriors. They have to take the lessons from this defeat and come back strong in 3 days' time. It's a night to celebrate for Capital Complex. The Capital will celebrate with their fans. Huge eruption. And this is what you play for. These are scenes for the ages. A moment to savor. That celebration certainly will be cut short when you think about it. He knows the job is still not done yet. One more game left before the break into the traditional shape to celebrate with the fans with the trophy in their hand. That's the dream. The fans are absolutely over the moon. They were trailing at one point, but kept on cheering the side.
Ladies and gentlemen, the player of the match.
Finally,
This match
it reaped dividends.
player number 13,
Olik Tyne is today's player of the match for Capital Complex. This is the game in numbers. Look at the number of shots on target from Capital Complex, 12 of them, 13 attempted. 14 corners won. A one-sided affair, even though sometimes the scoreline doesn't tell the true story. Thank you so much for being with us. We'll come back tomorrow with the first eliminator, where Subansiri United FC will face off FC Iga United. Thanks for being with us. Good night. Goodbye.